Coming up on SCTV3, see what Springfield has hidden in the archives related to the game of basketball.
Plus, see what students did during the most recent snowstorm.
All that and more tonight on SCTV3.
Hello and welcome to this evening's edition of SCTV3, our first weekly newscast of the 2026 spring semester. I'm Dante Iafredi.
And I'm Shane Barron. Thank you for joining us. We start tonight's show here on Alden Street. With hoopball still in the rearview mirror, basketball is still on the top of people's minds.
SCTV3's Nick Pantages takes you on a tour around campus, checking out some of the coolest basketball-related artifacts and information.
Springfield College is synonymous with the game of basketball, partially due to James Naismith, who's buried in the snow behind me. So today, I talked with Springfield College archivist Jeff Monceau and Dana Gymnasium behind me to see some of the coolest basketball archives that Springfield College has to offer. First up is this replica picture of the original basketball team at Springfield College from 1891. This picture recently got here in fall of 2025 after a long trip from Landover, Maryland at the old Civic Center, home of the Washington Bullets and Washington Capitals of the NBA and NHL respectively. This effort was due in large part to Springfield alumnus David D. Pasquale from the class of 1992, who connected with an old friend, the swimming coach at the Naval Academy, to bring the painting back up to Springfield during a trip up here for a meet. The funny thing about the picture is no one knows who painted it or how it even got to Maryland in the first place. Now, let's head over to the athletic complex to see archives 2 through 5 on my list. As you head into the athletic complex, you're greeted by these stained glass style windows behind you. Monceau explained that these are actually the original copies from the Basketball Hall of Fame while it was located on the Springfield College campus in the old Health Science Center. Although they're a little faded now, with a little bit of time and money, they can be restored to their original beauty. Now we head into the field house, who have 4 basketball courts behind me, all with a three-point line of 19 feet 9 inches. This was the original length of the college three-point line, developed by former Springfield College men's basketball coach and athletic director Ed Stites. The story, published in a Triangle magazine article in 2017, details how Stites used his son Bob and some friends who practiced shooting around at different lengths to help him develop the three-point line. I sat in this very seat last night to watch Springfield College's women's basketball team take on Clark. Although Springfield may not have the first women's college basketball game, that game belonging to NewMac rival Smith, women may have actually played the game first just in passing after the men were finished playing, with approval from Professor James Naismith. Nevertheless, Springfield College's archives do own an old copy of Basketball for Women, the original rule set of women's basketball made by Smith's Senda Berenson, considered the mother of women's basketball. Exactly 2 weeks ago today, the first day of the Hoop Ball Classic tipped off here at Blake Arena. Legends of the game like Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and Jason Tatum are part of the company that has both played in the Hoop Ball Classic and lifted the Larry O'Brien Trophy. But did you know that despite never attending Springfield College, instead going to crosstown rival Western New England, Larry O'Brien actually has a large collection in the Springfield College archives? O'Brien began his career in politics, becoming head of the Democratic National Convention twice, and was the overseer of the DNC during the Watergate scandal in the early 70s. In 1975, he transitioned to basketball, where he became the NBA commissioner. O'Brien oversaw a number of key changes to the sport, including the massive ABA and NBA merger, television deals, free agency, and a salary cap. I wonder what he would have thought about all this second apron drama. For more on the archives, visit the website at Archives and Special Collections on the Springfield College website. With SCTV3, I'm Nick Pantages.
This past weekend, Springfield College and much of the Northeast was hit with about 1.5 feet of snow, along with freezing temperatures. While many students took advantage of Monday's snow day to rest and relax, the college's facilities management team was working around the clock to clear walkways, roads, and buildings. From plowing parking lots in the early morning to salting sidewalks throughout the day, they kept the students and faculty informed while also ensuring an efficient return to on-campus classes on Wednesday. Kevin Roy, Director of Facilities Management, explained how the team prepared and it responded quickly to the storm.
We're always making sure that our equipment's running, that we have shovels, that everything's operating as it should. We're always making sure you have a good path to get to Cheney. We're always making sure that the exit doors to all the buildings, that there's access to make sure that there's not snow blocking it, that you guys can get out.
With temperatures still below freezing, facilities management continues to monitor the campus and respond to safety concerns following the winter weather.
This afternoon, the Springfield College Career Center held a student employment fair in Dodge C and F to give students one-on-one contacts for on-campus jobs. The room was filled with several circle tables, each one representing a different on-campus department, including Information and Technology Services, East Campus, and the Center for Service and Leadership. Students went around to different tables to learn more about the different student positions available within each department to see if it was a good fit, giving them one-on-one contacts with their potential supervisor. This event is an especially good one for first-year students, allowing them to learn different skills that could benefit them down the line.
I do think these are measurable skills that they're learning in these jobs, whether it's customer service, whether it's technology driven, whether it's specific to, for example, East Campus, which is a wonderful opportunity for any student who comes to Springfield College to work at East Campus, participate in their different programs.
The Career Center holds a student employment fair in the fall and the spring, so be sure to look at your calendars for the next one in September.
Springfield College has a deep and historic connection to the YMCA. Formerly being known as the YMCA Training School, the connection remains strong on campus today. The YMCA Club is dedicated to helping students grow both personally and professionally. The club attracts students who want to develop as leaders and prepare for future roles in leadership and service. Through regular meetings, trips, and hands-on experiences, members discuss and practice leadership strategies that can be applied to real-world situations. The club also hosts keynote speakers and campus events designed to challenge students and strengthen their leadership skills. Mia Beludowicz, the program director, shared why she believes the YMCA Club plays such an important role on campus.
So a lot of what we do is community service. We like to give students leadership opportunities and just overall promote a healthy style of living and give back to the community. So we do a lot of volunteering at local YMCAs, whether that's helping families create gingerbread houses or just delivering Thanksgiving meals. It's just a great way to give back.
Some of the YMCA Club members are currently in New York on a leadership conference and will return tomorrow.
An art gallery showcasing the work of high schoolers in Springfield's public school district closed this afternoon. It's the second year of the display, and student work was selected for an entry to exhibit by a panel, including several professors in Springfield College's Department of Visual and Performing Arts. The arts on display included a wide range of styles, from portraits to elaborate sculpture work. Kelly Murphy, who runs the William Blizzard Gallery and is on the panel of jurors, was struck by the skills of the student artists.
The high school students, these kids are just up and coming, right? They're just learning about creative expression, and they're so talented.
For more details on exhibits like this one, students can check their emails for information from Springfield College's Department of Visual and Performing Arts.
This week has been a chilly one on Alden Street, but what will it look like next week? We turn to SCTV3's Connor Rourke, who has more in Studio B with our local and national weather update. Connor?
Yeah, Dante, you said it. It was freezing last week. Unfortunately, don't expect anything different this upcoming week. The ice definitely won't be melting tomorrow and Saturday, as the lows will be in the negatives. But as the new week begins, the temperatures will rise to the low 30s and the sun will continue to shine through. If you have any outdoor plans, it seems next Thursday is the best day to get after it, as it is the first day that will reach above freezing temperature in over a week. In the meantime, make sure you grab your jackets, gloves, hats, mittens, whatever will get you through this blistering cold this week. The New England area was hit with a major snowstorm that the region hasn't seen in many years. Here's more.
Residents in Worcester, Massachusetts had to dust off their shovels after Sunday's snowstorm. Car owners had to give maximum effort to remove the deep and thick snow from their vehicles.
I'd rather be upstairs with my feet up right now, but it's okay.
However, the young kids were able to take the easy way out and could sled down anything with a slope. New England is no stranger to powerful snowstorms, but the cold temperatures and ice are a danger. Some school districts across the area were forced to shut down school even on Tuesday due to the icy road conditions. The last time Boston had at least a foot of snow was on January 29th, 2022. On Monday, there were more than 18 inches of snow measured on the ground outside of Logan Airport. While the brunt of the snowstorm is over, the snow won't be melting anytime soon, as the bitter cold will continue for several days. The Department of Public Works is working tirelessly to plow roadways and applying salt to melt the ice to ensure the safety of residents. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Connor Rourke.
After the break, stay tuned for some of our national headlines of the week.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Yesterday, United States Representative from Minnesota, Ilhan Omar, was assaulted during a town hall in Minneapolis. A man sprayed an unknown substance toward her face, immediately being placed under arrest. SCTV3's Jake Mawiney has more.
Yet another tragic incident in Minneapolis has struck the state after the shooting of Alex Preddy. On January 27, 2026, during a town hall event with Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, she was assaulted by a 55-year-old male, Anthony Kazmierek, with a syringe that was filled with an unknown substance. While there were safety concerns as to what the substance was, Ilhan Omar insisted on carrying on with the meeting. Omar's office posted on her X account regarding that she is okay. Quote, she continued with her town hall because she doesn't let bullies win, the statement said.
We are Minnesota strong, and we will stay resilient in the face of whatever they might throw at us.
The man was tackled following his actions and was then arrested and is booked for third-degree assault. In this town hall meeting, Omar called for immigration and customs enforcement to be abolished and for the Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to resign or face impeachment just moments before the man lunged towards her. Anthony has a criminal record that dates back to a case back in 1989 for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. He was also arrested in 2009 for driving intoxicated and pled guilty, and a year later he was charged again for a DUI. Senator from Minnesota Amy Klobuchar also weighed in on the situation and was critical about President Trump and White House border czar Tom Homan.
I have not agreed with everything that Mr. Homan has said in the past or done, but I believe the intent is to change this and bring these agents out.
As of now, the substance is still unknown, and they are further investigating the situation. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Jake Mawiney.
Since the attack, the Congresswoman has also come out and condemned President Trump's hateful rhetoric.
During a trip to Iowa yesterday, President Trump addressed mounting criticism over the fatal shooting of 37-year-old ICU nurse Alex Preddy by federal agents in Minneapolis. A confrontation that has sparked nationwide controversy and renewed calls for accountability. SCTV3's Tyler Semenich has more.
During a trip to Iowa on Wednesday, President Trump addressed the growing backlash following the fatal shooting of 37-year-old ICU nurse Alex Preddy by federal agents in Minneapolis over the weekend.
Very, very unfortunate incident. I don't like that he had a gun. I don't like that he had 2 fully loaded magazines. That's a lot of bad stuff. And despite that, I say that's a very unfortunate.
Preddy's death has sparked widespread controversy, with local officials saying he was a lawful gun owner with a concealed carry permit. Criticism of the Trump administration's handling of the incident continues to build, with citizens calling for Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to resign.
Do you have confidence in Secretary Noem?
None at all. She has taken this administration into the ground on an issue that we should own. We should own the issue of border security and immigration, but they have destroyed that for Republicans. Something that got the president elected, they have destroyed it through their incompetence.
Amid the pushback, CBS News has learned that Noem will no longer oversee ICE operations in Minnesota and will instead shift her focus to the southern border and FEMA. The move comes as Minnesota's citizens continue to call for the removal of ICE agents from the state. Demonstrators on Tuesday also renewed demands for a thorough and transparent investigation into Preddy's death. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Tyler Semenich.
SCTV3 will continue to cover this story as questions over federal tactics and calls for transparency continue to grow in the aftermath of Alex Preddy's death.
Last night, tragedy nearly struck at a synagogue in Brooklyn. Here's more on the story. Just before 9 p.m. last night, a driver was taken into custody after crashing his car into Chabad headquarters in Brooklyn on Wednesday. After arriving at the scene, officers ordered the driver out of the car and placed him under arrest. Police said no injuries were reported, and a representative for Chabad said the synagogue was evacuated as a precaution. The NYPD bomb squad swept the vehicle and found no explosive devices. Mayor Zoran Memdani was there last night and had this to say.
Any threat to a Jewish institution or place of worship must be taken seriously. Anti-Semitism has no place in our city, and violence or intimidation against Jewish New Yorkers is unacceptable. I stand in solidarity with the Crown Heights Jewish community, and I'm grateful to our first responders for taking swift action.
The driver has not yet been identified and charges are pending. The incident is continuing to be investigated into the morning by the NYPD Hate Crime Task Force. At this time, the suspect's name has still not been released by the NYPD.
After the break, SCTV3's Liam Riley gives you a Pride Athletics rundown. It's Sports Extra. Next. Stay tuned.
Hey, boss. Okay?
I said I'm fine.
You can talk to me.
It's been really hard for me.
Can't believe you're doing this alone. I've done it before. I remember you threw your back out. How you holding up? Hand me that board. Nothing wrong with getting help. I'm good. I did it when Felicia left. I'll figure it out. I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying. If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence? Now you need my help. It can be a real pain sometimes, you know what? Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
This is SCTV3 Sports Extra, highlighting Springfield College athletics. I'm Liam Riley. The men's volleyball team picked up a dominant win in their sweep over number 19 ranked LaSalle. The first serve happened at 7:10 p.m. and the game got underway with Springfield scoring the first point of the game. They took the momentum all the way to the end and won the first set 25-19. In the second set, LaSalle made some noise but was ultimately put to bed with a kill by Nathan Go to seal the second set 25-22. As the third set got going, Blake Arena was roaring and helped the Pride push past LaSalle with a dominant 25-14 win to complete the sweep.
The Springfield men's volleyball team took a commanding win against number 19 ranked LaSalle University. The game started at 7:10 and the first set got underway with Springfield winning 25-19. The crowd was loud at Blake Arena with a ton of Springfield athletic teams coming to support. The second set was another win for Springfield with the final being 25-22. As the third set rolled along, Springfield took a commanding win to complete the sweep, 25-14. The Pride take on number 11 ranked Vassar on Saturday, January 31st at 6 o'clock. Reporting for SCTV3, I am Callum McKinnon.
Pride stay at home and take on number 11 ranked Vassar on Saturday, January 31st at 6 p.m. We now take a look ahead at the upcoming schedule for the athletes on Alden Street. Starting things off is wrestling hosting Trinity for a Friday Night Lights matchup in Blake Arena. Men's volleyball will battle number 11 Vassar in a highly ranked matchup. The Pride look to hold down the number 1 national ranking. Men's gymnastics looks to pick up its first win of the season versus William and Mary in a dual meet this Sunday. And capping off our home slate is a basketball doubleheader on Wednesday night. The Lady Pride kick things off at 5 p.m. against Coast Guard, followed by the men looking to knock off nationally ranked WPI. Moving on over to the away schedule, wrestling started the home stretch, and they're also the first on the road this week as they travel to Bridgeport for the Trinity Quad Invitational. Men's basketball continues NUMAC action against Coast Guard this Saturday at 1. Women's basketball travels to top 10 NUMAC foe Smith, tipping off this Saturday at 2. And women's gymnastics competes this week with a tri-meet at Ithaca College this Sunday. If you would like any extra information regarding team schedules, head to SpringfieldCollegePride.com. Each year, the Panini Classic includes "Did you see that?" and "No way" moments, and this year is no exception. In the latest edition of Liam's List, I ranked my top 3 highlights. Welcome back to the first edition of Liam's List this year. With the Hoop Hall Classic recently held at Blake Arena, I took a look at the best highlights from the weekend and ranked my top 3. Starting off at number 3, coming from Brewster Academy's 69-60 win over Oak Hill Academy. With just seconds left in the second quarter, Oak Hill's L.J. Smith dribbles to the top of the arc and hits a 3 as the shot clock expires. Smith finished with 23 points, 2 steals, and shot 46% from 3. Coming in at number 2 was Sia Bella Vista's Paula Usurari throwing down a slam dunk with authority. Late in the fourth, Bella Vista was already up big. The Bears didn't take their foot off the gas, seen by Usurari, rising up and showing that nobody could out-hustle him in the paint. Let's watch that again. Leaps over the IMG defender and sends down a jam that extended Bella Vista's already giant lead over IMG. The top-ranked highlight from the weekend comes from one of the most electric games. All eyes were on Rainier Beach's game versus Bishop McNamara as the number 1 recruit Tyron Stokes was playing. Alongside him was J.J. Crawford, the son of former NBA player Jamal Crawford. Bishop McNamara misses the 3, fights for the rebound, gets the rebound back, kicks it back out until Rainier Beach's Michael Lee McNeese forces a turnover and is able to hit the ball so far enough to reach Crawford as the freshman rose up to send in the slam. That'll be it for this edition of Liam's List. Be on the lookout for Liam's List to return soon. Let's head back to Studio A, where Shane Barron catches up with this week's SCTV3 Athlete of the Week, Ava Kelly.
Thanks, Liam. I'm Shane Barron, joined by junior standout gymnast Ava Kelly. Ava, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
So each time you have a meet, can you kind of walk me through your mindset and how you prepare before you compete?
Yeah, so basically I go into every meet with the same mindset of wanting to do well for the team, wanting to do well individually, kind of taking what we've practiced and just showing up to do that.
Okay, so you mentioned not only the team aspect, but the individual aspect. And focusing on you individually, you scored a 9.675 on floor and a 9.775 on beam. What was different about this meet compared to last ones that was able to give you such a incredible performance?
Honestly, this meet was kind of difficult at first because of the certain, it was really cold in the gym and lots of people, a lot of noise. So I went into it with just trying to keep the mindset of what I've practiced and how I can show up to do the best routine for myself. And then we kind of just built the momentum up for every event.
Okay, well, that definitely worked, kind of focusing on yourself. Now for the team aspect, on beam last meet, you scored a combined 48.45, which was a team record. Kind of What does this do for the entire team's confidence to have a score and a performance like that as an entire team, not individually?
It definitely shows us what we're capable of and how we can probably reach that score or even break it again, because even with that, we didn't have a perfect routine for everyone. So it just shows how the ceiling's even higher now.
The ceiling is high. You guys definitely set a precedent. What is your goal for the rest of the season, or something that you would like to improve on?
Definitely my confidence on both events, kind of just having that confidence in myself and my team and enjoying the rest of the season.
Okay. And what has been your favorite part or moment from this season?
Breaking the beam record last meet.
Breaking the beam record. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Ava Kelly. I appreciate you coming down and stopping by SCTV3. And now we're going to send it back to Liam in Studio B.
That'll do it for this edition of SCTV3 Sports Extra. Stick around after the break to learn what students did during the recent snowstorm.
There is a road laid out for me. First night here, but Amy seems cool. Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Due to the severe snowstorm, the campus was closed on Monday with remote instruction on Tuesday. On the day off, SCTV3's Connor Rourke bundled up to go out in the snow and see how students were spending their day off.
Oh, hey there. I'm Connor Rourke. Here at Springfield College, when there's 16 inches of snow on the ground, I want to know what other people's favorite thing to do is in the snow. For me, I like making snow angels. But for the rest of the student population, I want to go find out. So come with me as we go discover. What is your favorite thing about the snow today?
Whenever I want to, I could just go down that hill and let it rip down the sled.
If you had your favorite activity, what would that be?
In the snow?
Yeah.
Probably having a snowball fight. I like the deviousness.
What's your favorite part about snow if you had an activity to do?
I love snowboarding, actually, so yeah.
What's your go-to spot?
Mount Snow in Vermont. It's really fun.
What's your favorite activity in the snow?
I like to make snow angels and sled down some hills. Whatever.
As you can see, students here at Springfield College are getting fun in the snow and tackling each other on this day off. Came from a dip in the snow. What is your favorite activity to do in the snow?
Tackling friends and building snowmen.
And what is something that you are doing today in the snow on your day off?
Tackling friends.
What are you planning to do in the snow in this day off?
Oh, just read, honestly. I'm not for this at all.
If you had a favorite activity to do in the snow, what would that be?
I wouldn't know. I'm from Puerto Rico.
Never get snow there? Is this your first time seeing snow?
No, I saw some my freshman year, but it was nothing like this whatsoever. This is atrocious.
So this is the biggest snowstorm you've ever seen? Yeah. Do you have a favorite activity to do in the snow?
I like to make snow angels.
And why is that?
I don't know, they're fun.
And what are you going to do in the snow today on this day off?
Not be outside.
What was your favorite activity to do in the snow?
Probably sledding. Yeah, sledding.
And what was your least favorite thing?
Walking to practice. Yeah, walking to practice.
And if you guys had a favorite spot to go sledding on campus, where would that be?
Probably behind the Union.
Yeah, the hill behind the Union.
Have you guys done that yet?
Yeah.
What is your favorite activity to do in the snow?
Probably ski or snowboard.
And if you had a least favorite thing, what would that be?
Crutching through this damn snow.
Good luck with that.
That will do it for this edition of SCTV3 Weekly News. Thank you for tuning in.
Be sure to go check out SCTV3's YouTube channel where you can see every archive show. Also, make sure to follow SCTV3 on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.
SCTV3 is back next week with another edition of Weekly News. Same time,
same place.